Hey, so this is going to be kind of like one of those real talk moments. Um, I'm getting really sick and tired of people that think it's okay to just place judgment upon others. And I've brought this up in other videos. I don't judge others. I don't like when people judge me. Not that I really care what people think, but when you judge somebody else, like that can really hurt somebody's feelings. It can also kind of mess them up in a sense because especially if somebody's already dealing with depression and dealing with things like that and they're already very like overcritical on themselves, when you pass judgment on them, you're making their lives twice as miserable for no freaking reason. Shut up. Like I'm so sick and tired of it. And I have to be honest with you without giving away too much information because I don't want this to come back on me because it probably will. I am, and this is directed at family and other people, like, because it happens from everybody, not just like family and things like that. But I actually have family members who won't come to my apartment because of my spiders. They will not visit me. Actually, I've had a few delete me off Facebook and make it clear that they don't want to speak to me because of my spiders. Now, I kind of have a blank you attitude when it comes to this because I'm just sick and tired of it altogether. But I'll be honest with you, at first it really, really hurt my feelings because this is family we're talking about. And they're supposed to accept you for who you are and what you do. And there are a bajillion things I could be doing that could be harmful to myself or to others or, really bad drugs or self-harm or being in a bad relationship, harming people, there's so many things that I could be doing that I'm not. And I do one thing that makes me extremely happy. And it's like the biggest problem on the whole entire planet. Like it's to the point that I put up a status about how many I have on Facebook, and all of a sudden nasty phone calls are being made and other family members are being chewed out because they don't have the balls to talk to me in person. Like, you know what? If you have a problem, I'm one of those people that I shoot from the hip. And I will admit that sometimes people think I'm a little bit unapproachable because I can get pretty defensive. I'm the first one to admit that. But if I have a problem with you, I'm going to come to you and I'm going to talk to you about it. And I'm going to say, hey, this, I'm going to speak to you about it. I don't like going through other people and being like, well, I have a problem with this person. Can you talk to them for me? I don't like that. I don't play that way. If you have an issue, you speak to me about it because at least then we can work it out. We can talk. And if you're still going to be stubborn and stupid, well, then you just wasted your own time. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to change what I'm doing because it makes a family member pissed off. And what really bothered me about it was the fact, well, two things. First off, they've never ever been here. They've never seen the setup. They've never seen anything. They don't have a clue. So they don't even really know what they're bitching about, first off. But secondly, what really made it kind of hurt my feelings was the fact that I have been dealing with anxiety and depression almost my whole entire life. It has gotten worse over the years, to the point that I'm kind of antisocial. I don't really go out that much. I feel very insecure leaving my home. I really didn't have plans on sharing this, but I think it's kind of relevant. But yeah, I'm very insecure about leaving my home. I don't really like being out and about anymore, which is very unusual for me. I wasn't this bad before. And my animals bring me a sense of happiness. My teas especially, they make me so happy on a daily basis. I wake up or I'm having like the worst day ever, I'm upset, and I come home and one of them's molted. Or, one that hasn't eaten in forever is eating. Or moving around, or I get to see Zira, like my pink zebra bee, because she's out and about, or just things like that. Those make me so happy. And I really wish that these people would just focus on the fact that for once I'm actually legitimately happy and I'm enjoying things. And, I've got something where I feel comfortable and I've made friends because of it. And, I feel accepted in that sense that there are other people out there who love this hobby just as much as I do and find just as much enjoyment of it. And it helps them with their anxiety and depression. And, there's so many different things that, it makes you feel accepted. And since I don't go to shows anymore, which used to be basically my life, I have not felt accepted. I haven't felt at home, if you will, in years. because shows were my main thing. I felt comfortable there. I was accepted there. People liked seeing me. I liked seeing them. You know, like it was an amazing environment for me to be in. And then when that ended, I had nothing. And so when I found this hobby and found, you know, tarantulas, it felt like, oh my God, I finally have a place. This is where I can be. I can love my animals. I can talk to others who love them. And it's just this giant world that I didn't even know existed. And I was, still to this day, I'm like, just as excited as I was when I first started researching and doing, and realizing, you know, like this love that I apparently have for them that I just never realized. And it makes me so happy, like talking about my teas to somebody, I'm all smiling, I'm happy, and you know, why is that such a problem? Why can't they just be happy because I'm happy, you know? Like, I realize there's misconceptions, and I understand being concerned because I'm dealing with old worlds now, and you know, I get that. I'm taking a risk, you know, I'm the first one to admit it. But it's a risk I'm more than willing and more than happy to take. I don't think I'm in any danger. I don't think I'm in any harm or anything like that. And I like dealing with my pokies. I've always loved the P. regalis ever since I got into this hobby. And watching Tarantula Guy 1976's videos, especially his, because he loves pokies. And when I seen the P. regalis, I like almost died. I was just like, oh my God, that's like the prettiest spider I've ever seen. Yeah, there's not much to them, like out of a lot of the other pokies, like if you compare it to the P. metallica, of course it's not as colorful, but I love them. I think that they're so cute. I don't know what it is that draws me to the P. regalis as much, but I love them. And therefore, I don't mind taking that risk. I don't, you know, like, I love my teas. And it doesn't matter to me if they hair me and I get a bad rash, or if there's a chance that I could get bit and it could be painful. I don't care. I know that the possibility is there, but I love them. They're like my kids. I don't want children. Don't take that offensively. But I've never been a kid that wanted a kid. Like, I've never, even when I was a kid, sorry, I need to word that right. Even when I was a kid, I wasn't one of those girls that was like, I'm going to be married, and I'm going to have 6 children, and all these girls, and da-da-da. That was never me. That's not me. That's just not who I am. I find a lot of comfort in having my animals around. That's what I feel happy in. It's probably a good thing I don't want kids. Can you imagine how many kids I have? I have a lot of animals, so I can only imagine. But, you know, I just don't see why... like, this is kind of like my other video. Why do we have the right to judge others? We don't have the right to take other freaking people's lives away or other animals' lives away. Why the hell do we have the right to place judgment on others? We don't. That's the thing here. We don't. And I'm sorry, what I do in my house affects your life in no way, shape, or form. No way at all. So, why bitch about it? Why make a big deal about it? Why make a scene about it? And do childish things like delete me from Facebook. Do you honestly really think I care that you deleted me from Facebook? It's Facebook. I don't give a shit. It's the internet. And FYI, if we're going to talk about Facebook profiles, my Facebook is a lot more tamer than a lot of people's. First off, I don't spam people with stupid game requests, but I don't really curse and swear on there. I don't, like, brag about doing drugs or drinking or sleeping around or anything like that, which I don't do. But, you know, my Facebook page is tame. Like, yeah, I'll vent on there sometimes, and I'll be like, oh, I'm a bitter Betty, or lack of sleep makes Kayla angry, or just, like, little things like that. But I don't cause a lot of drama. I don't tag people and be like, you're a bitch, and, like, the stupid crap that people do on social media nowadays. You know, like, I don't do that. I like to talk about my teas on there because I have a lot of friends on there who are in the hobby and enjoy it. And it makes me proud to say, hey, one of my teas molted. I'm so proud of her. She looks amazing. And then adding pictures and being like, look at my babies. Like, I'm proud of them. Just like people are proud, like I'm proud of my dog. I'm proud of my cats. You know, I look at them like they're my kids. So it's like when you see people putting up pictures of their kids up, you don't take that offensively. It's the same thing to me. Yes, I realize that they're animals and they're not children. I'm not that dumb. But to me, they're what I have. They're what I look forward to every morning. Like, I would be lost without seeing my dog. I'd be lost if she wasn't sleeping right there beside me like she does every single night. I have the same amount of love for her as I do the teas. And this is actually very close to making, like, choking me up. But that's the thing is, I take this very seriously because this is what I love. This is what makes me happy. And I'm so sick and tired of people trying to poo-poo on it. Just stomp. And it's like, it doesn't matter how much you bitch at somebody or, you know, I'm not going to stop. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not harming anybody. I'm not harming myself. I'm doing what I love. And that's what they should be happy with. I'm sorry. You know, I realize in some situations I get it, you know, being really concerned. But all I want, if anything, is just for them to be happy for me. Because really, I'm happy with my babies. I'm the happiest I could ever be. I have something that I get to take care of. I have something that I can show love to. I have something that challenges me. And, you know, like, I love my babies. I mean, that's very clear in my videos, but, you know, maybe if they took the time to actually watch my videos, or if they took the time to actually give it a chance, they would see that it's not as bad as they think. And I think that's the part that really bothers me the most, is they won't even give it a chance. They won't even give me a chance to explain myself. They won't even give it a chance to come here and see that, you know, like, there's no harm. I would never put anybody in harm's way. I'm not silly like that. And, I mean, there are people out there in this hobby that, you know, like, get it in their minds that, oh, I have an OBT, I have to hold it because it's an OBT and I have to prove I can hold it. Or, you know, I barely hold any of my teas. I have 2 teas that I've actually willingly held. And that's my Brachypelma albopilosum and my Grammostola pulchra, which are 2 great beginner species tarantulas. They're very forgiving. Other than that, I don't mess with my teas, as you guys can see. Like, behind the scenes, I don't pester them. I leave them alone. I don't bother them. They like, that's probably why I never see very many threats and what have you, because I don't pester them. They don't have a reason to really get that pissed off at me because I don't do anything to piss them off. I barely poke at them. I barely do anything. I drop food in, fill their water dish, or mist, and then rehouse them when need be. Other than that, I leave them alone. Besides stalking them and looking at them all the time, but that's it. That's all I do. Where's the harm in that? You know, and I'm sure a lot of other people deal with this too. There's no way in hell I'm the only one. But I just think we need to stop the judging. Just stop. And if you got questions, ask. There's no harm in asking a simple question. It's not that big of a deal to say, hey, I'm curious about this. Are you sure you're safe? Well, then I would explain to you, okay, this is how I make sure. This is what I do. This is my process, blah, 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 blah. And problem solved. You still concerned? Well, we can work that out. But in my mind, it's blank you. You don't want to talk to me about it? Screw you. I don't care anymore. It's just not even worth it. Judging. Stop judging. It's bad. Live your life. Do what you want to do. And don't worry about others. You know what I mean? Focus on you. Work on you. That should be your main goal. That's my main goal, is focusing on me and my babies. That's all I need. So, if you've had situations like this, feel free to leave it down below. If you're not comfortable leaving it in a comment, feel free to send me an inbox. And this is a longer video, but I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to it. And it happens in every sense, not just with spiders or pets. It happens in everything. I'm well aware of that, and I get it in a lot of different aspects. But yeah, so I guess I will talk to you guys later. Yeah, I'm kind of at a loss for words now. So we'll see ya.